Do you constantly feel like there aren't enough hours in the day? Do you feel frustrated for not finding the time and energy to do the things you want to do? If that sounds familiar, keep watching because in this video I'll share 7 game-changing strategies to optimize your time and energy. Whether you're a busy student, a dedicated professional, or anyone in between, these strategies will transform the way you approach your day and your tasks. If you want to create a better integration between your work and life to boost your productivity and well-being, then this video is for you. Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mari. I'm a doctor turned lifestyle entrepreneur. In this channel, I talk about tools and strategies to help you live a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life by spending your time and energy more intentionally. Today I'll share 7 time management strategies that allowed me to balance my work as a PhD researcher and startup founder while maintaining a healthy lifestyle and a social life. I condensed everything that I learned over the past 7 years into practical tips that anyone can apply to boost their productivity and well-being. So stick around if you're ready to take control of your time. Let's start with the most important time management strategy, which is to plan your day. Planning your day not only increases clarity, motivation, and productivity, but it also reduces overwhelm, procrastination, and stress. Believe me, it is the most fundamental thing you need to learn because you can't optimize your schedule if you don't know what you want to do in the first place. Every day, I create a schedule for my day, either first thing in the morning or the night before. And for that, I use my weekly planner, which you can download for free using the link in the description box. It is super simple and quick to use the weekly planner. In 5 minutes, I have full clarity of the tasks I want to accomplish, and it is so satisfying to check them off when I'm done. I wish someone had convinced me earlier in life to use a weekly planner, and that is why I want to emphasize this. If you take only one thing from this video, it has to be download my weekly planner and start planning your weeks. I promise you, this is the single most important action you can take right now to improve your time management skills. I'm sure you're gonna thank me later. Strategy number 2 is to minimize distractions like social media, video games, and the news. People waste countless hours every single day on these, but you can get that time back by applying just a couple of simple changes. If similarly to the vast majority of the human race these days, you also get very distracted by your phone, consider applying these 3 tips to get that time back. First, put your phone away while working. This simple action helped me reduce my social media time by almost 50%. I went from nearly 16 hours per week on social media to just under 8 hours. All I did was simply to leave my phone out of reach and sometimes in another room while I was working. And this was such a liberating experience, I can't recommend it more. Second, set no phone zones or activities. For example, no phone in bed, at the kitchen table, or at the desk, or maybe no phone while socializing, driving, eating, etc. You can also adapt this to be no social media, video games, or the news while doing these activities, whatever serves you best. My third tip is to set limits for your daily use. For example, no more than 2 hours on social media, or no phone before 10 a.m., or no phone after 8 p.m. And those are the exact rules I try to follow most days, with varying degrees of success. Anyway, some days I win, some days I lose, but I always do my best to stick to them because I know it is best for me. I use an extension on Google Chrome called Stay Focused, and basically it blocks a few websites after you have used them for a set time during the day. and I can't recommend it more. It is absolutely free to download and use. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box if you want to try it out. Strategy number 3 is to create a ritual to get into hyper-focus mode. Think of an athlete, an artist, or a creator that you admire. Now, how do you think they would approach their work? You probably imagined them approaching their work with respect, giving it their full attention, and doing their best. And that is what I call the hyper-focus mode. I try to get into a hyper-focus mode by doing a 3-step ritual. First, I get my environment physically set. So I organize my workspace, get some water, coffee, maybe play some music, or I study with me video. Second, I get my brain mentally set. I select one task and visualize myself completing it with ease and joy. So finally, during that work session, I give that one task my full attention. But my mind tries to distract me every 2 minutes, and I try to gently bring it back to the present moment, to the task at hand, and focus solely on that. If it is about something I need to do in the future, I just take a note and continue the task that I'm doing. This simple ritual really helps me enjoy my work a lot more. So next time you start work, try getting into a hyper-focus mode. Strategy number 4 is to improve your computer skills. If you use a desktop or a laptop for work, listen to this carefully. I find that so many people that use a computer for work don't actually know how to use a computer properly and efficiently. They take so much time to complete super basic tasks that it kills me. It kills me. I'm so impatient. Anyway, there are 3 main things you can do to optimize your workflow on the computer. First, learn how to type fast using all your fingers on the keyboard. It does take time and effort to improve your typing speed, but it will pay off quite quickly if you use the keyboard often. You can take a typing speed test to see how you compare to others. Second, learn how to use keyboard shortcuts for the apps that you most frequently use. If you mostly use the mouse to click on icons, know that you are wasting so much time with all that clicking. You can complete most tasks using keyboard shortcuts in a fraction of the time. Take some time to learn the keyboard shortcuts for the tasks that you normally do and write them down on a cheat sheet so you can practice them later. Let me know if you're interested because I can totally create a full video on keyboard shortcuts that everybody should know. Third, create tutorials for your future self so you don't have to figure out how to do one task multiple times. I know this one may sound weird, but stick with me. Every time I complete a task that I can sense I will have to do again in the future, and it just feels a little too complex for me to remember, I create a tutorial for my future self, telling myself how I completed the task in the first place. Sometimes I save the tutorial or any resources that I used to complete the task. And this saves me so much time. I keep all these notes on Notion, so it's super easy to find them. Applying these 3 tips is going to save you so much time, so do give them a try. Strategy number 5 is to multitask. I know there's a bit of a trend demonizing multitasking like it is the worst thing ever, but in my opinion, it is totally okay to multitask some tasks. I'll give you some examples. While I exercise, cook, eat, clean, organize my space, or do any other random chore around the house, I like to listen to a podcast or an audiobook. Sure, I would capture the information much more effectively if I were to just sit there and listen to it. But I know myself and my routine too well to know that This is not gonna happen. So I prefer compromising and listening to the podcast or the audiobook while doing some other activity. I might only absorb 50% of the information, but that's better than nothing. These days I've been making an effort to take notes afterwards to retain more of the information. Another way I multitask is when I'm eating or doing my nails or some other self-care activities. I might just watch an interesting video or do a lesson from an online course. And again, I probably won't absorb all the information if I were to just sit there, but that is a way that I find to integrate those things into my routine. Finally, whenever I find myself waiting for an appointment or traveling, I try to catch up with my WhatsApp messages, delete some random photos from my phone, and it's also a great time to do some reading using my Kindle or short form apps. If you haven't heard of short form, they are the best app for book summaries. Strategy 6 is to simplify your life. People waste so much time and energy making decisions about what to do, eat, and where. So I recommend that you simplify your life by streamlining your habits, diet, and wardrobe. First, simplify your daily habits by creating a morning and night routine. You can design your routines by stacking all the key habits to support your goals. If you want inspiration to design your routines, check out my morning and night routines video. Second, simplify your diet by grocery shopping and meal prepping once a week. This habit saves me so much time, and I also recommend that you learn quick and easy recipes that take you less than 20 minutes to prepare, because that's faster than getting food delivery. I have about 10 of those recipes that I make all the time, and they save me so much time. Finally, simplify your wardrobe by decluttering and organizing your clothes to create a capsule wardrobe. A capsule wardrobe consists of timeless and versatile pieces that can be mixed and matched together to create a variety of outfits for different occasions and seasons. It's all about less but better, quality over quantity. Simplifying is all about making less decisions and dealing with less stuff. I love this topic so much that I could create dedicated videos on each of those tips. Strategy number 7 is to organize your space. Dealing with a messy environment is not only mentally draining, but also creates unnecessary complexity. People often waste 20 minutes looking for things because they didn't take 5 minutes to organize. There are 3 rules that I use all the time to keep my space tidy. First up is the 5-minute reset. Every morning and evening, I take 5 minutes to reset my space. And outside of that, if there is something that takes me less than 5 minutes to do, I just get it done there and then. Because otherwise, I know it's gonna take up some mental space and it's not worth it. I just prefer to get it done there and then, because that also gives me motivation to do my other tasks too. Second one is search by sorting. So every time I can't find something, I immediately start organizing the place where I think it could be. And I always end up finding the place and, best of all, having an organized space, which is going to prevent me from losing other things in the future. Finally, the one move rule. This is something that is embedded in my operational system. I know this is gonna sound weird, but bear with me. So as I move around the house, say if I'm going from my bedroom to the kitchen, I quickly scan my bedroom to see if there's any items that belong to the kitchen, so I can take them with me. So in this way, I make the most out of my trip to the kitchen and I take all the clutter with me. Now, I literally live by these rules. This is pretty much how my brain operates, and I find that these small things actually save me so much time. Thanks for watching until the end. If you made it this far into this video, I know you are committed to improving your time management skills. So don't leave this video without downloading my weekly planner Notion template. I guarantee this tool is gonna help you create a better work-life integration. So don't miss this opportunity to set yourself up for success. Anyway, I hope to see you at my weekly planning routine video. Bye!